Alright, so today I'm going to be doing test hands with my Kashtira Tearlaments deck profile. So we're just going to shuffle it up. And then we're going to draw 5 and go at it. So to start off, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This hand probably loses to like 1 Bestial. It might not be optimal to blind mill 5 on your opponent, but I think that's why this hand's got to be worked out, because we have birds, so we can always bring out Kashtiras too as well, and those can't be hit by Bestials or anything, so birth is a good at Stunder. So we go Sheeran, Pitch, Megiddo, and 3. So based on this hand, you probably don't even need to activate the Megiddo. So we're actually just going to use Sheeran effect in the next chain. So we use Sheeran, and I'll go ahead and use the Haveness in hand because I like to have a 4 on board just in case if like we make a row or something, we draw into another 4. And then we'll make those 2 into Kit. And then we'll go Kit effect to add. And since it might be hard for us to have a monster in hand by the end of this combo, I'm actually just gonna add Solik. Or we could add like Marley, and that way we can mill more cards. But we like RNG, so I'm actually gonna go with Marley here. Because we have 2 screens in deck, and I actually trimmed the deck down to 42 by cutting a few cards. So we have a higher chance of actually seeing those kind of cards, especially after we already milled out some unicorns and stuff. And we know we have 2, I guess, mill bricks out of the deck based on our hand. So we go Kit effect, target itself, bring this out, chain link 1, chain link 2, go ahead and mill 8. So here, we can't activate Rhino, all we have is Merly effect that we can activate. So you could go Merly and Kit for Rukalos, which is probably the best play. So we'll go ahead and do that. So Merly and Kit. And then, yeah, we can't activate Rhino because we don't have any Tearlaments cards in hand. In Heartbeat, we don't have anything in graveyard. Or any traps in graveyard. So we go ahead and make those 2. It's Rukalos. And this is still like fine because Rukalos can just send Marley and Sheeran on your opponent's turn and you just combo from there. So now we did that. And we used Marley effect, so linking off into Sprint won't help or anything. Only thing we can really do is like maybe make an elf to help protect the Rukalos. But here we'll actually activate a birth. I'm just gonna put that one face down so you don't get confused. We go burst effect to, we're actually gonna revive back the Fenrir because we haven't normal summoned. So we revive back the Fenrir, and then we go Fenrir effect to add. Add the unicorn. Right now I'm just thinking of like how I want my turn to be played out, because if I link off for like Sprint, that way I have the bounce as a negate, then I lose my Merlin Sheeran, and then I can't do anything on my opponent's turn. So it's pretty much like, do you want to have a Dracostapelia, Kaleido Heart, or these other fusion monsters on your opponent's turn, and be able to add like follow-up maybe with Kit or something? Or do you want to waste the resources for a special summon bounce? But we also have the anti-special summon. So here you would just normal summon unicorn. No effect because we have both of the births. Go ahead and overlay these 2 into Kashtira, Shangri-La. And then, you know, we have a Fenrir in there. So we know there's a Fenrir still in deck for in the standby phase. So then we'll just pass turn. Yeah, standby phase. We bring out our Fenrir. usually make it in defense. It rarely should be in defense too, but it is what it is. Plus, like I said, we can always just send it off. So this board does lose to like evenly, I guess, some other cards, but you gotta think, even if you get like evenly, you can still play Kashtira on your next turn because you still have another Birth in hand, and then you have a Unicorn and a Fenrir in the deck to help break a board. And then you have Shufflebacks to like, maybe put back like the Unicorn. That way you can search it off of this other Fenrir. So go into your opponent's turn, you have 1, 2 Shuffleback. A monster that's really hard to out that special summons another monster. Monster or face up card, banish face down. Rukalis anti, special summon. And then you have fusion summons using Rukalis as well by sending a Tearlaments. So yeah, you got follow up, fusions, and then banish face down, and then 2 Shufflebacks. It wasn't the best hand, but I mean you still end on multiple negates and multiple plays that you can do on your opponent's turn. So to the next combo. Alright, for the next combo, I went ahead and I power shuffled my deck, so you know it's completely randomized. And then that way you can see if I brick or don't brick. And I also went with a darker playmat today, that way I noticed in the deck profile was a little bright when I was recording it. So just wanted to help make it a little bit easier on the eyes. Alright, nice and shuffled up. Let's go ahead and draw 5. Unicorn, Marley, Keldo, that guy, and Terraforming. So this alone is like full combo. This is also like full combo. And then we just have extra stuff here. I'd rather open like a Bestial than like these kind of cards, but that way I can make Beatrice and whatnot, but it is what it is. So we're actually gonna start off with Unicorn, because like I say, if your Kashtira gets stopped for some reason, you still have full Tearlament combo. So we'll go Kashtira, add Birth. Activate Terraforming. Search the field spell. And from here, you could normal summon Marley Mill 3, but I don't like to waste my normal summons if I don't need to, because, you know, there's just no point. So we're actually going to go activate Planet. You can either add like a Rhino Heart or a Sheeran. In this case, I'm actually going to add the Sheeran, I think. And then I think we're actually going to blind mill on our opponent, since we know we have a shuffle back. So we'll go Keldo, Pichigita, and then we'll add Medora. That way we can make sure we have both shufflebacks and grave. I guess if you really wanted to, you can add Kelbeck, and then you can mill 10 on your opponent. Really depends on what they're playing. Go ahead and make sure that's shuffled. And then Resolution, we can go ahead and activate the mill 5. And here, we're just not gonna mill another 5, because maybe we saw like, oh, our opponent's on Tier Element or something, and then maybe we just got lucky and they missed. Or we had to use our Keldo or something. But Scream Effect, I'm gonna go ahead and add, we'll add the Crime, as you should end on a monster in hand. Alright, so this is our hand now. Now we'll go Sheeran, pitch Medora, mill 3. And then we hit that Fenrir. We already used Scream Effect this turn, so it doesn't matter to us. And I did it that way because we still have a normal summon, so I can still normal summon Merly and then link off into Sprint and then do combo that way, which is probably what we're gonna have to do. So we're actually gonna go normal summon Merly. Might as well go ahead and use its effect to mill 3. Boom, we hit a Havness. So here, go ahead and check our graveyard, make sure there's no other names so we can fusion summon. I'd probably just go ahead and link these two off. Unless you want to end up making a Dweller. So depending on like what you see in your opponent's graveyard, you can go for Dweller. Or you can do the line I'm about to do, where I'm just gonna go for Sprint, that way I have a name engrave. So I go those two into Sprint, and that way I have a bounce at the end of the turn. We'll go Sprint effect to dump. We'll dump ourselves the other Marley. And then we'll activate this Marley's effect. We'll use the Marley and the Marley, because we already used the mill 3 effect. And we'll make Kikelos. And then we use Kikelos effect. We'll actually add Rhino Heart, because it's a guaranteed name engraved that we need. So we have these 3 cards in hand. We have a Havness engrave for future fusion summon materials for like Gorilla or something. We'll go ahead and use Kit effect, target itself to send. Bring out the Rhino. Use Rhino as chain link 1, chain link 2 Kit, because you want to make sure you can see, and now you also know that like you're guaranteed a fusion summon. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we only used Marley effect so far to make Kikelos, so we can go Sheeran and Havness into like Gorilla, and then use the other Havness to make Rukalos. But that probably gets us nowhere, so maybe like a Mud Dragon to help protection effects. Or we can go ahead and recycle a card if we really wanted to, because we can make a Kaleido Heart, and then we can use Fit Spell to pop. So if you need any resources from your graveyard, you can go ahead and send like maybe like a Solic or something to add a monster if you need it for crime or something, but we know there's a Fenrir, so we're gonna be able to add for a monster. So we're gonna go Chainlink 1 Sheeran, Chainlink 2 Havness. Just gonna use Havness and Kit right away to make the Rukalos. And then we go Sheeran. And then you could, like I said, you can make a Gorilla that you can draw a card if you really want to, but there's like no links that we can really make because this is kind of blocking our zone. So we're just gonna make Mud Dragon. So we make these two into Mud Dragon, because you don't want them to take your Magma Hut with their Dark and then search extra Bastiles or anything, no matter what deck they're on. Go ahead and make those two. Into Mini Mud Dragon. Or Mud Dragon on Swamp. And then you still have a Havness in graveyard for future fusion summons. Then you can overlay these two. Can make ourselves a Abyss Dweller. So now your Rukalos is bumped up in attack. And now we can go ahead and activate the Birth effect to bring out your Fenrir from grave. Make sure you have a target in deck. There's one Unicorn, there's a Fenrir. So we know there's a Unicorn in deck. So now we'll go Fenrir effect to add. Then we can add Unicorn for follow-up, because you can always shuffle back the Birth that was sent in the graveyard. So now we have a Crime and Unicorn in hand. We'll go ahead and overlay these two for Etsy's guy. And then we'll go ahead and set the crime. So this card's set, and this is our hand with unicorn. So at the end of our turn, we have planet, which is a pop because we have a Havness engraved, so we can shuffle that back if we need to like out a what you call it, like a Necro Valley or something. Sprint, we can detach off of either one of these for a bounce. Rukalos as a special summon negate. We have Kashtira Birth as a triple banish face down, which also goes towards this to block a field zone. And then we have both shuffle backs and grave. So then in standby, you go ahead and special summon from deck your Fenrir, and then in their standby phase, you get an extra negate with a, or not gate, but interaction with a face down banish of a monster or a face up card. And then you have Mud Dragon to protect these three with targeting, or all water targeting. Or you can always just call it like Earth to protect your Fenrir or something. And then you have a Crown set. And then you can always just detach this Rhino Heart in like the standby phase that we have a Rhino engraved, just in case you can mill or something. So yeah, that was that combo. We'll do another test hand or two, and I'll see you guys in there. Alright, let's combo. I went ahead and shuffled the deck up. Go ahead and draw another 5. Planet, Instant Fusion, Merly, Magna Hut, and Kelda. I guess I'm just better at the game. So with this hand, we're going to go ahead, I'm going to start with Planet, just in case they hit it or anything. So we got the Saki Instant Fusion, so we can just full combo if we wanted to for no reason. So Planet, we'll go ahead and search the Sheeran, that way we can put the shuffle back engrave, just in case we hit like a mill 5, we would feel pretty good about maybe blind milling 5 or something. Go for Sheeran. Now here, I don't know if I would want to go Sheeran effect first or Instant Fusion to go ahead and add. I actually think I will have to be Instant Fusion, then I go ahead and get Kit on the field. So you use Instant Fusion, pay 1,000. Go ahead and make the Kit Kalos. And then Kit effect on summon. We already have Merly in hand, so we're feeling pretty good about that. And we still have normal summon. So we'll go ahead and actually add the crime. Just make sure we have protection for our end board. Now we'll go Sheeran effect, special itself. We'll send the Keldo, mill top 3. Here we hit 2 names and a unicorn. So we could go Havness and Sheeran into like Garua. Or you can just not do anything right away. You also have a Rhino Heart, send Merly. I'm actually gonna do that. So we're gonna activate Rhino effect. So we're gonna special summon the Rhino Heart, send the Merly. We still have a Havness in graveyard. Thinking on Rhino effect. So we'll go Rhino. Yeah, we'll use Rhino effect. We'll dump a Sheeran. And then we'll activate the Sheeran effect. We go Sheeran and Havness. We're gonna go ahead and make that Garua. Right there. Because we have a Magna Hut in hand, so we can end a Druid Swarm in the end phase for crime and whatnot. And then from here, we'll go Kick Kalos effect, target itself, special out Merly, chainlink 1, chainlink 2. So mill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here we have so many resources, there's no point in maybe blind mill in 5 unless you want to hit like a scream or something to add the other trap. But or if you want to hit a Havness. So here we'll go ahead and use, yeah, screw it. We'll go Marley 1, Kelbeck 2, just to try and get extra resources because we have 1. Well, we still have 1 shuffle back, but we also have the field spell. And then if you're going first, they won't have a field spell, so you can just like out their board easily after. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we hit the Havness and a Sheeran, but that's gonna be on new chain links. So we go ahead and put that. Then we use this Merly in the kit. And we'll make the Rukalos. And yes, the zones are getting a little bit cluttered, but it's okay. So we could go ahead and use Havness and make like a Kaleido Heart if you want. Or a maybe a Mud Dragon. Just thinking, there's just so much we can do right now. So we can go like Havness. Or we can just save the Havness because we still have a Guru effect. Or we're gonna have a another effect soon. So I'm actually gonna save the Havness effect for now, because we have a guaranteed one almost. I'm gonna make those 2 into your Abyss Dweller. And then if you guys see any other lines that maybe I could be doing, you can go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll read them. Maybe that's more busted than I think. And now we'll go like Magna Hood effect, banish itself, engrave, special summon. If that then summon a search in the end phase, you can overlay these 2 for the Beatrice. And now we can use like Beatrice effect. We can send another Havness to make like a Mud Dragon or something. Or I can make a Kaleido Heart dump if you really want. But it sucks that we didn't open like a Birth or anything, as we could have easily made like some crazy hands or plays. This would be all this plus like the Kashtira and 2 monsters or whatever. So we'll go ahead and activate Beatrice, detach Garua, we'll go for Havness. You can also chain block it too. Or you can send like Scream for Solic or something, which actually might be a better play to play like on your opponent's turn and have a negate. Because either way, you're still gonna get to like Checkos Pele if you want, or a Kaleido Heart if you want. So I think maybe it's smarter to send a Scream. And we'll go Chainlink 1, Scream, Chainlink 2, draw a card. And even if you draw it, you didn't illegally activate Scream because you do have a target in deck. So shuffle up. I really want to draw like a Birth. So draw 1. Drew a field spell for follow-up. Then we'll add the Solic. So now we have all these. Now we'll go end phase to search. We will add a Drew Swarm from deck. So now we have all these cards in hand. You can go ahead and like pretend like these are in hand. You'll set these two. Pass to your opponent's turn. You have to be careful with your Bastille because you don't want to use it right away. But you can always just go Root Callous effect if they try doing something, pop Merle, or you can use a Shuffle back to send a Tearlament back to hand to pop your Merle. Then this Merle can turn into like a Kaleido Heart, or pretty much anything you want. Dracostepelia. You have Beatrice as another Tearlament name. And then for the third, when you use Kit Effect, you could just add a monster, that way you can send it off a Crime to fusion summon, instead of just dumping it straight to graveyard to make something. And yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 as one of the names, and 8 as one of the names. And then I guess Jerusalem's a 9, but you don't want to use it unless you add like a Havness off fusion summoning into Kit or something. So it's like 9 interruptions without the Kashtira cards with this Tearlament hand. But if we had Birth, we would be ending on probably, because we never normal summoned either, we'd probably end on like Sprin just because, for the bounce effect. And then we would also end on this guy. And then this would be a Fenrir in the standby phase. So it would be a full board. We would have an extra monster in hand as well. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed these few little test hands. If you want a few more just random test hands, let me know in the comments and I'll probably just go ahead and do it. I mean, I do test hands anyways every once in a while, or a couple times a week, just to stay on top of the deck. I've been working on like going second Sword Soul list. If you guys want to see that as well, just let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.